So, I've woke up this morning with expectations that some news has come out, and it has. We've got news on potential new signings, such as Mateta, apparently back on the list. Do I think we'll get him? No. As well as other interesting quotes and articles. The main one I'm going to bring up is that there is a player or players who have leaked to the media that they are not happy with Amorim's confidence in his system. Basically meaning that they don't think it's going to work. They don't think this 3-4-2-1, 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it, is going to work. And something we've realised over the years, it's happened with every manager. There's always been someone who has managed to leak something to the media that has eventually got them sacked. It happened with Rangnick, it happened with Ollie, it happened with Ten Hag, and every manager before. So who is it? And why, within 6 months, 6-7 months of Amorim being here, is this already happening? You just know, because we lost that final, that Amorim out movement is going to start, if it didn't already. I'm not going to throw names at players, but I think I know who it is, if I'm being honest. Because you've got to think, whoever the player is, they're being protected by the journalists. They don't get named. They don't get thrown under a bus. But when it's people like Garnacho, for saying what he said, people are on him. So I think I've got a decent idea as to who it is, and it's not someone you'd really expect. But again, it's not great to throw out speculations, just in case it is wrong. But to move on back onto the Amorim thing about his system, I don't understand. Why are they already going after his system? Why should we have to accommodate for the players and not for the manager? That's always been the case for the past well over a decade. It's always been the players first and the manager second. I mean, just look at Rashford and what he was able to do. He basically owned the club when he was here. He had so much pull within the club because he was young, he was homegrown, he came through the academy, so he had so much respect from everyone. And whatever he said, people backed him. Until Amorim. Until he sent him out on loan. And I think we need to get over this hump that we've been stuck for however long. The players need to be brought down to a level. They need to understand the manager has more power than them. They don't have the power. And we need to sell all of the players who have this mentality. And I think Garnacho is one of them. I think he does have a arrogance to him, which is fine as a football player, to an extent, but not here. But he's not the only one, of course. He's just the one that I could think of. But we need change. I think the system can work. And players within the system can work as well. Like, if you look at Maguire, over the past couple of years, when we had a back four, he was nothing short of terrible. But in this new system, he thrives. It's the same with Casemiro, because he has those 3 centre-backs behind him. He doesn't have to run as much, which, of course, it's not always great, considering, well, if you look at the final, when he was tracking back, as Tottenham were on the break, he was really slow. But that's why we have that back three. Players that I think do not suit it, players like Dalot don't suit it, I don't think. Eriksen, obviously, but he's leaving anyway, so is Lindelof. Højlund needs to go. I think Xerxes might be able to find his place here. Do I think he's fully set out for this system? No. We didn't sign him for this system. And then even like I said in the video the other day, Bruno, don't think he suits it. Bruno needs the freedom to roam in that classic 10. We don't have that. We need people to be where they're supposed to be. We need them to be disciplined. So, what do? We buy new players. Of course we do. If we can get Mateta over Delap, 100% I'll take that. Do I think we will? No. Will I be happy if we get Delap? Not particularly, but it's an upgrade. I think anything is an upgrade. And there's talks of Edison again, the midfielder from Atalanta. We've had these talks under Ten Hag as well, that we might be getting him. I don't think we will. I don't think we have the money. You just know Atalanta are going to drive that price up. Look what they did. Look what they did with Højlund. We paid so much money for Højlund from them. I don't think we're getting Edison, but I think we will get a midfielder. I genuinely think we're going to get, by the end of the transfer window, 4 players. Don't know who they are, but that is what I think. I think we'll get a goalkeeper, a midfielder, a striker, and the last position I don't know, but I think we will get something. It might be a centre back. It could be a right wing back. We'll just have to see, but I think 4 players is going to happen. And I think the first 2 are going to be quick. Not quick, but relatively quick. I think Cunha will still come here. And if he doesn't, relegation, I guess. But yeah, 4 players. I think the last 2 will come at the very end of the window when we're under pressure. But the takeaway from this is, from the whole thing, these players need to be brought down to a level to understand they have the privilege to play for us, or for any club. But we seem to be the only club with this issue. How do we fix it? We get them out. Simple as. And we stand by this manager. And maybe in a year's time, or maybe 6 months' time, I'll hold my hands up and say, I was wrong. But maybe not. We won't know unless we get him what he needs. Get him the players that he wants. The players that can play a system. Otherwise, what's the point in having him? What's the point in bringing him in? Was it wrong to bring him in the middle of the season? Yes. Of course it was. But it was a decision, and we have to stand by it. There are some things we don't have to stand by, such as the ownership of the club. We don't have to stand by that, because that is just blatantly wrong. But this, you've got to give it a chance. You've got to let him get the players he needs. And who knows? We could be back in the top 10 next season. We could be back in the top 4 next season. And we won't do this. We could win next season. You never know. It's not going to happen. But there is always a possibility. Look at Leicester. Give him a chance. And stop spreading malicious quotes online about him. I'm talking more so from the player's perspective, whoever leaked this. Give him a chance.